morning, ladies, gentlemen, and lacrosse fans. Welcome to the land of milk and honey. We're in Moe in Gippsland, Victoria. Game one on day one of the 2018 Australian National Indoor Lacrosse Championship, brought to you by the ALN. Game one will see the Wombats of New South Wales taking on the South Australian reigning champions from last year in what will be an interesting matchup. New South Wales bolstered with a few Victorian players, but a lot of homegrown talent. South Australia, good representation of state and national players through various levels, both indoor and outdoor. So a lot of names that will be familiar to those of you playing along at home. Game will be underway shortly, and just again for those of you at home watching, a few of the key differences between box lacrosse and field lacrosse for those of you who aren't as familiar with the game. Box lacrosse has a shot clock as opposed to field lacrosse, unless you're watching a bit of the college game and seeing the implementation of that. 30 seconds per play, and similar to basketball, a team has 10 seconds versus the 8 of basketball to get the ball out of their defensive half once they gain possession. So the shot clock begins immediately upon possession, 10 seconds to get it up into attack, and then once it's there, only another 20 or 30 total to get the shot off. So expect teams, if they are running out of time, to just put the ball behind the back of the goal or take an ambitious shot to try and set themselves up to get back into defense. Expect substitutions on the fly, even more so than in the field version of the game. There is an extended substitution area similar to that of ice hockey, and you'll see players entering at one end, leaving at the other, and it will be big subs per play. Each team will have 6 players on the box at any one time.
If I talk, will I be on air?
Each team will have 6 players. Sorry about that slight delay. Each team will have 6 players on the box at any one time, consisting of 5 field players and 1 goalie. Again, they can pull the goalie if they need to for a similar to ice hockey, a bit of a power play, although don't expect to see too much of that. In terms of penalties, many field players will be under the impression that there are no rules in box lacrosse, which is not quite true. There are plenty of rules, they're just different. The penalty system is more similar to the women's game, in which we'll have minor fouls, which will give players 2-minute penalties, and then major fouls, which will be up to 10 minutes and expulsion from the game. In terms of the minor penalties, some of them are tripping, charging, checking from behind, elbowing, high sticking, using your hands to hold the ball. So many of similar minors to the field version. Major penalties would be things like butt ending, boarding, throwing the stick, or face masking a player, which will result in a 10-minute removal, which is a massive factor in a sport, in a game where there's only 5 players on the field at any one time, or 5 field players on at any one time. Having a 10-minute man down is a big one, so be wary of that. And if we see things getting a bit heated out there, just remember that we will see those rules come into effect, and we'll see some power play action. 5 penalties, similar to the field game, will see you out of the game. And other than that, you may notice that the goals are a little bit smaller, the goalies are a little bit bigger, and the gentlemen out there are a little bit more padded up. But for those of you familiar with field lacrosse, I think you'll have no trouble translating your knowledge over. And if you're wanting to play along at home, you'll need a pen, a paper, a box arena, and 60 of Australia's best players for the weekend. And if you can't get that done, either stay watching here or come on down to Moe, just a few hours out of Melbourne, or a few more hours out of the other states. Play looks like it's about to get underway here. Teams just in their huddles. Again, expect SA to come out strong, looking to defend their championship from last year. They lost to Victoria in the pool play last year and then came back and dominated in the final to bring the championship back home with them. Expect them to look to start their campaign in similar fashion to the way they ended the last one, as they'll be looking to get a good game in their feet now and then look to Victoria and WA. Play is begun with a face-off, similar to the field game. Players are closer in around the face-off, not with the wing lines that you would have seen in the field version. But the face-off itself, despite not being on grass, is very similar. Team's just getting out now, and it looks like it will be Adams and Heller taking the opening face-off. Heller from New South Wales, Adams from South Australia. Players behind the black lines, as you can see at the moment. 2 forwards, 2 backs for each side.
Okay.
Umpire just checking the tape at the centre mark there. That's a temporary marking for the weekend tournament, so just trying to make sure it's all good for the first face-off, and we're about to be underway. And with us up on the camera and live to the audience around the world, Ryan Spark, WA goaltender superstar, will also be giving some comment on the games as SA win the opening centre. It's Ryan Gaspari with the ball. Gaspari fakes the handoff to Freeman, holds onto it himself, sent it down to the bottom corner. Far side there, Carter with the ball, back to Gaspari. Expect to see plenty of those two throughout the weekend. Adams with it again, the man who took the centre for the Reds. In tight there, ducks under one player, gets by another, shot is there. Shot clock reset is signalled there by the umpire. So we're back. We'll have another 30 seconds of play. Again, that shot coming just in time. So expect if they're not close on that drive there was successful. If they don't get one of those off, look for the outside long bomb shot. Lock hands off there. BTB around the back, but it's picked up by the New South goalie. Suzuki there sends it out. Subs from New South Wales, box side there, the pass goes. That's number 7, Matt Taylor with the ball now on the far side. Ambitious pass inside, couldn't get it away, and South Australia come up with it. Number 9, Mullins with it, gets it up and settles. New shot clock is on, 24 seconds for SA. Freeman with it. Sends it up there for Twisk. Gaspari again with it. Putting on the stutter steps. Gaspari, a member of the last national indoor side. Crease violation is the call on that one. Players can enter the crease from both teams, but the shot cannot come from within it. So on that one, player just tiptoeing the line there as the shot went off. And Steve Green calling it up. 22, Sparks with the ball. Sent it to the far side now. Frank Nicholas with it. Sweeps across the top. Shot goes. Save though. Big scrappy ground ball attempt. New South Wales come up with it. Taylor with it up top. Taylor across the top. Shot goes. Save though, so it'll be a reset of the shot clock coming. And Evan Locke coming back up with the ball. Hands off to Gaspari up top. With the number of shots you'll see in the box game, goaltending comes into play in a big way. Expect to see both of these teams taking 20 plus shots per period, and big saves will be a big factor. Another big save there from New South Wales, and ball is retained by South Australia with the shot clock reset. Carter, big drive, couldn't get through. Shot again, couldn't get that one picked up. Shot clock is reset, and New South Wales come up with the ball. Bit of a backpedal there, waiting for subs to come on. And the handoff is made. That's Filipponi, one of the Victorian members of the New South team. Puts the shoulder down, looks for the drive inside. Handoff into the middle. Couldn't be taken cleanly though. Loose ball picked up by New South Wales. There's Matt Taylor there, hands down the line. Loose ball on the far side, picked up again. No, lost. And that will be a shot clock penalty against New South Wales. So even though the ball was loose there, it's on the New South Wales team to get the ball either into their possession and away or a shot off. The dead ball will not stop the shot clock on that. It has to be possession from one or the other team. Freeman now on the near side sends it over to Twisk. Back to Freeman. The lefty with a blazer from the outside. Ball batted away though, and New South Wales with the ground ball. Near side now, down to screen left, and over the top, number 7, Matt Taylor with it again. Filipponi now looks for the drive inside, he's guarded away. Ball to the inside. And it's going to be South Australia ball on that one. Shot clock expiring. Ball's with Gaspari as he crosses the midline now. Gaspari hands off to Locke. Locke underneath the shovel pass inside to the lefty. Shot saved though. Both goalies coming up with a few handy stops early on in the game. New South Wales on the attack again, and it's number 18, Wheatland. Taylor hands off there, drive inside, the lefty shot, no good, wide and bounces off. Picked up though behind by number 21, Magoulas. Filipponi with it again, sends it across the top to Taylor. Taylor with the shot, save. Picked up there by South Australia. Semler with the ball.
So Tim, sorry, g'day everyone at home. I'm absolutely not used to box cross. There's a goal. But Tim, I just wanted to ask, is it normally this high scoring? What's the normal type of score for a game?
So the game can be anywhere from a similar, regular field score that you might see all the way up into the high teens. A blowout could see a team score 20, but a bit of an unknown in this one with the strong SA side versus a New South Wales side featuring a few Victorians. This game could go either way. At the moment, it's looking pretty low scoring. That may hold, but if one of these teams gets some momentum, we could see some big numbers early on. Umpire Steve Green there just getting a mouthguard back in for a face-off player after Tom Freeman opens the scoring for South Australia. Ground ball taken by New South Wales. It's Matt Taylor there up against the boards. Ball's taken loose. Interference is the call there by the umpire. So it's not a penalty, just a change of possession. Charging inside, shots taken, couldn't go though. And loose ball with Gaspari looking to close out on that one for SA. Gaspari comes up with it, hands off to number 25, Semler there, sorry. Ball's with Locke up top. Down the side now. Hand off there, save on the shot from Locke. Gaspari comes up with it though. Locke again with it from the top, lefty, and all clear on that one. The handoff from Gaspari, finding Locke sweeping across the top. Expect to see a lot of the pick and roll game in the box version of the sport. That one, not so much a pick, bit of a clear through from the top as Locke made space and swept through, but again, with so little space out in the box, expect to see both teams looking to create opportunities wherever they can. Got Adams and Heller back in at the face-off.
So Tim, if you're a young lacrosse player in Australia, should you be playing box? What benefits does it have to creating better skill sets? Learning the pick and roll game a lot better than we do in the field game.
So a big factor there is that in the field game, you can use your athleticism to make space. You can get away from an opponent, you can get clear, have your hands free, and you've got time to think and react. In the box version, that space is taken away from you. You've got to have good stick skills, you've got to be aware of the game, and the pick and roll is one of the only ways to get yourself free to move to the ball. Because of those extra confinements of the space you've got, players have to have those silky smooth stick skills that you see in Canadians and box players around the world that has made them so successful in the field game. The principles in defence are very similar as well. Good foot position, body work, all of those things play into the field game. But really the confined space means that there's nowhere to hide on the box court. Gaspari with the ball again. Hands off to Freeman. Twisk with it. Crease is the call on that one. Contact in the crease before the goal was in. Freeman thought it was in first. Steve Green waving it off. New shot clock and New South Wales in possession.
And just for our viewers at home, let us know in the comments here where you're from, where you're watching from, and also if you can see the yellow ball well enough. I know during the World Series of late we changed the orange ball during the tournament to the white one for TV viewers, so let us know if you're seeing the orange ball well enough or the yellow ball, and we'll see if we can talk to the refs and if they want to change it to white, if that helps.
There was a typical goalie comment there from Spark, just wanting to see the ball as well as possible. Umpires just conferring there on the shot clock violation. One umpire was signalling for a reset, but that seems to have been the call after that shot clock violation. So ball is, well, it was with SA. Loose pass there is taken away by New South Wales, and they'll look to get back on the attack. Hand off there, Taylor with the ball. Interesting to see so far. Both of these teams have had pretty split possession. Neither one side has had all of the ball, but it's been SA who have been able to capitalise twice early on in the game. Shot clock, bit of a late start on that last one. Loose ball taken there. Twisk with it, sends it up to Locke. That'll be too many men on the field, I believe was the call there. That's a 2-minute play. Going to see our first power play indeed. So, red 57, that's Andrew Burford there, the in-home player, I believe, taking that one. So we will see New South Wales. It's a 5-on-4, and expect to see the extra space come into play here. We'll get the shot clock reset and see what New South Wales can do with it. Bit of a delay there, umpires just having another chat. For those of you at home, you'll notice that a lot of the players on the court at the moment have a smaller helmet than the field version. That's a bit of a carryover from the roots of box lacrosse, where it was largely ice hockey players in their off-season looking to play the game. So it's an ice hockey shell of a helmet with a modified face guard, has a more open chin, doesn't close in around the throat as much as an ice hockey helmet would. Obviously a caged helmet. You won't see players wearing the clear Perspex visors. But the freer helmet, very popular with the box players. You'll often see Canadian and some USA players wearing the box versions in their summer comps. The extra vision it can give is a big factor in such a confined area. Loose ball there, knocked away and picked up by James Mullins. Handy breakaway for South Australia. Mullins holding, obviously with the man down play, the double team is in, and again, similar to the field version of the game, very little room to hide on this one. You've got 4 players against 5. That ball is knocked loose. The stick comes with it. Cameron Adams, though, comes up with it. Expect the double team to keep at them. Got to keep moving his feet here. Similar to what they say in basketball. If you stop dribbling, you're dead. In this game, if you stand still, that double will find you. Gaspari just drops the ball in the far corner. New South Wales will come back with it. Gaspari looking for a sub on that one. Ball there with Taylor. Taylor up top. The lefty shoots, saved though, and the rebound taken by New South Wales. White ball in the far corner now. I believe that was carrying the ball through the crease from the South Australians there. Feed in front, shot off, couldn't get it to go though. Loose ball taken by the goalie on the second attempt.
So Tim, when a goalie gains possession, how can he move? Does he have space? Can nobody touch him for 4 seconds? What's the deal there?
So the crease will look after the goalie. If the goalie comes out, they're fair game, as in the field version. But yeah, the goalie can hold in the small crease area they have. New South Wales coming back the other way. Wheatland with the ball. Gets by one, and it looks like we're all even again out on the court. New South couldn't handle on that one, and Gaspari comes up with the ball, pass ahead. Freeman with it, he scored the first, and he'll score the third. Quick breakaway there, and just a little knockdown on that pass, intercepted. Carry the ball upfield, or up court, and South Australia capitalised very quickly. So they held out on the power play. Good job there, keeping the New South Wales offence scoreless. Ran a bit of clock in the offensive side and then managed to get the breakaway goal just as the game evened up again. Break on the face-off is called, and it will be New South Wales coming up with it. That's number 9, Frank Nicholas. Ball on the far side, Taylor with it, inside there on the little roll-off. Loose ball couldn't be grabbed. So it's going to be South Australia ball, similar to icing in hockey, can't just lob the ball away. So that missed handle there, the over and back, will get the ball back to South Australia. Lock with it now, sends it up top to Gaspari. Gaspari again with it, sends it down to the bottom corner. Freeman, the lefty gets under, wraps around, looks for the shot just wide of the pipe. It's going to be New South Wales ball again there. Gaspari with the foul. Taylor heading upfield now. Across the top now, shot and stick save there from the New South keeper. South Australia bringing it up court again. It's Twisk with the handoff there. Freeman, 1 minute 30 left in the period of play. Carter with the ball now. Weaves around him, man. Freeman with it. Looks for the drive. That same turn back, the wraparound shot. Shot clock reset there by the shot and the save. High bouncer there, didn't even make it to the goal, but it's knocked loose by a South Australian player, picked up eventually by New South Wales. Loose ball again on the far side, being chased down by Twisk. Comes up with it, hands off to Freeman. Freeman over to Lock. Big cross check there. Lock gets by his man. Shot saved by the keeper. It's a body save there. Too many is the call on the court there. Umpire's just conferring on the stoppage now. 24.3 seconds left in the period. Just got an important message from the management. Tim Kennedy just wants me to point out to everyone at home that Lefty Laser has been trademarked by him. I pay royalties to use the term, and it's just to appease the angry man. South Australia with the ball up the top. New South Wales in for the penalty. Okay, so the clock on your screen will say 6 seconds. There's 24 seconds left. And we have a two-man power play here. So it's a 5-on-3. Check that. New South Wales trying to send some extra players on. The umpire is just kindly reminding them again, no. So expect to see South Australia hold for one here. 2-man down for 2 minutes. Ball's up top, Blake Alford with it. A second ball on the court, that's multi-ball madness. Alford there sends it to Gaspari. Cardo back to Gaspari, cross to Freeman now. Back up top, fakes the over-the-shoulder pass. Gaspari with it again, Carter now steps down across the crease. Locke gets it, and tic-tac-toe puts it away, the lefty on the crease there. Brings us to 7.1 seconds. Umpires again just conferring. So just over 7 seconds left now in the first period of play. Umpires sorting things out. Umpires just telling everyone to keep it friendly there. No extracurricular activity on the field. Picked up there by South Australia. Locke the shot and saved by the New South Wales goalie. Don't even think he saw that one coming at first. And that'll bring us to the end of the first period. South Australia leading 4-0. Both goalies being put through their paces early on. South Australia keeping them scoreless. And New South Wales, Shuya Suzuki allowing 4, but has made a handful of saves early on. And has been under the pump with South Australia's dynamic offence making work hard for the defensive unit of New South Wales. We'll take a break quickly and be back with the second period of play. Alrighty, and we're back with the second quarter of play. Dan, first quarter saw SA take a 4-0 lead over South Australia. Eben, Locke and Tom Freeman, 2 goals apiece in the first period of play. The fourth of those goals coming on a 2-man power play that South Australia went on. Too many men on the court from New South Wales. Saw them go 2 men down. And South Australia were happy to capitalise. Umpires just having a quick chat. Looks like both teams are starting with a man in the box. Not sure what the call was on that one. Didn't hear from the far side of the court when they were discussing. But But 4-on-4 play on the court now. Face-off still loose, taken by Anson Carter. And Locke with the ball now. Back up to Carter on the far side. Cross to Gaspari. And you'll see in this, the pick play in the box game, a lot more foot movement. Pushing off players on the fly is not against the rules as it is in the field version, where you have to stay planted on the pick. Ball across the back there from Gaspari to Carter. Carter backing his man down. The shovel shot goes. And it's going to be New South Wales ball. Shot slightly late on that one and off target. New South come up with it. Number 12, Jared Neal has it. Hands off there, and it's Taylor with the ball now for New South Wales. Check goes there. He's guarded closely by Cameron Adams. Sends the ball up to Scott Filipponi. Filipponi with Locke on him. Loose ball there and a shot clock violation. And picked up by Gaspari. So on that one with the loose ball, ball was already up in the South Australian side of play. So what would have been a shot clock violation, SA picked that up. Play is on the fly and the goal is good to go. Alford and James Mullins in the face-off. Sorry, Frank Nicholas make that. I'll just say both those players are from the same team. Loose ball. Still loose. Both teams scrapping for it there. Neither team able to come up with a clean yet. Still loose and then picked up by Scott Filipponi. That's the players back on the court. And New South Wales will go up now 1. Bounce shot goes high and wide, and it's going to be South Australian ball there. Bounce cut pass upfield. Tom Freeman comes up with it, gets the ball from Mullins there. South Australia, 1 man down, but dying seconds of the penalty, so they're about to go man up, even now, and there we go. So that's a player subbing straight off, so Semler's come out of the box there, has to get to the far side to release the player onto the court. So Gaspari back out now and all even, both sides at full strength. Shot clock violation there. And ball is staying with South Australia on that one. Must have been another call on the play there. And sorry for those at home, seeing the near side corners is a little bit tough from where we are, but we will do our best to keep you on the loop. Breakaway here from New South Wales, and Matt Hummel puts the ball in the back of the net to put the New South Welshmen on the board. 4-1, a 5-1 is the score. Brett Williams, the South Australian goalie, had a bit of a quiet spell of play there, but Hummel on that one making them pay. Face off now, and it's Heller and Mullins. Ball played into the SA attack side, still loose though. New South Wales comes up with the ball, and it's number 21, Margulis. Ball's knocked loose though as he's pressured by the South Australian ride. Locke pushed towards the boards there. So on that one, you'll see SA had the ball knocked loose. It was picked up by a New South Wales player, and because the ball was not cleared out of their defensive half in that 10-second period, even though it was loose, South Australia get that ball back. So that's another difference from the field version of things, but SA keep possession on that one, and that's shot clock reset there. Ball up top now with Carter. Pass across the top, meant for Gaspari inside. Couldn't get a handle on it, but Freeman comes up with it. Gets under one, fakes the handoff, diving across the crease and puts it in the back of the net. That's the third for Freeman as he does the Superman and dives cross crease for that one, finding the far corner. And we should be back on Facebook with our live coverage. We're on YouTube, and again, the whole game will be archived as we go forward, but just some international technical mumbo-jumbo that I'll pretend to understand, and I'll just nod a lot. Can't see that far corner clearly, but ball is taken by New South Wales, it would seem. Filipponi comes up with it. A legal body will have been the move there, maybe. Loose ball there, taken by South Australia, and it's Alford heading upfield. He's got 3 men with him. He falls, rolls forward. Ball's with the New South Wales goalie. Again, apologies for the lack of visibility into these far corners. The Perspex boards make it hard. As I'm sure Ryan will explain the refractive index of Perspex to the folks at home. Ball in the far corner now with New South Wales. Sparks with it. He's being hounded there. Ball's loose back into the New South Wales end of things. 25, Cam Semler comes up with it. Looking for pass options. Handles there. Gets the ball off. Twisk with it. 10 minutes, or just under 10 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. South Australia in possession. Drive across the front, turn in, shot wide. Rebound taken, though, by South Australia, back in possession. Short time on the clock, 6 seconds now. Gaspari in possession. He steps down, shoots with the screen. Wide again, off target. But the shot clock was reset on that one. So SA back with the ball. And time to handle Gaspari on the near side now. Has the ball knocked loose. Ball is behind the goal. 2 players from each side scrapping for that one. Whistle on the play, though. So that's an illegal cross-check was the call there. So that is a 2-minute cross-check there called against Jack Stokes. Unhappy with that call on that one, though, but South Australia will go man up again. Alford with the ball. Centre down the line, Carter with it, hands back up top. Alford again. Sends it across to Freeman. Freeman the lefty on the far side. See, positions in the on the box court are a little bit more fixed than in the field version of the game. You'll rarely see players changing hands. You'll see lefties on one side, righties on the other, and they'll occasionally pick and switch across, but they want to get back to those prominent hands. Check there from Freeman, and it's a yard sale taking the stick out of the hands of the opponent. It was Nick Beardsley who had the ball. SA back with it now. Shot clock reset was the call. Hasn't been reset. Umpire at the back there signalling to do that. There we go. We've got a new shot clock on. South Australia with the ball up in their attacking end. Carter hands up to Gaspari. Twisk now, sends it to Freeman. Freeman steps down up to Twisk now. Gaspari with it. Carter up to Gaspari. The lefty from outside sneaks it by the keeper, who got a piece of it but just couldn't keep it out, and gets by Suzuki. That's the fourth goal, there, I believe, for Freeman. South Australia leading 7-1 here in tropical Maui. New South Wales on the board on a breakaway, but haven't been able to make much of an offensive impact in this second period of play. Ball's knocked loose. It's out of the box there. They'll reface that one off. Umpire's not sure who it came out off on that. Ball's played forward by SA, but not won cleanly. Bodies against the boards there, and South Australia still fighting to maintain their possession. Carter comes up with it. Carter back with it up top now, sends it across to Locke. Mullins now sends it into the middle. Ball's knocked loose. Couldn't be taken cleanly, and it's against the boards there. Picked up now again by South Australia, and it's Andrew Burford with it. Shot clock violation is the call there, and it's going to be New South Wales taking the ball. 6 minutes and 45 seconds left to play in the seconds. New South Wales in possession, looking to get their second. Wheatland with the ball now. Wheatland onto Taylor. Taylor, the lefty, with it. Steps down. Shot just wide of the target there. And ball off the New South Welshman. So into the that went into their substitution area. So it's going to be SA ball now. Shot clock will be reset on that one. Locke with it. Whistle starts playing. Carter sends it down to Gaspari on the near side. Again, there are some poles around the box we're filming from, so if the ball is out of vision momentarily, we do apologise, but we're doing as best we can as Anson Carter makes it a 7-point lead. Stick in the top corner there for the South Australians. What's the step down on this one? New South Wales defence just giving a little bit too much room there. Carter from way downtown. Just not enough pressure on the talented South Australian there as he sticks the corner over Suzuki. Ball's picked up there by Freeman. He's got pressure coming from behind, but handles, spins around. BTB pass there. Finds Cam Adams. The New South Wales side this quarter have just seemed a little bit more subdued. Shot clock's reset there after the save, and they've come up with the ball. But I think in the first quarter it was really a back-and-forth game as Hummel sticks his second, almost a mirror image of his first goal on that breakaway. Just as I was saying, they were looking a little bit more timid out there. But I think in the first quarter they were just going at it a little bit harder. They weren't holding anything back against the reigning champions. This quarter, they're just looking a little bit like they're playing the better role. So it'll be good to see New South Wales keep the fight up, and they can make a game of this if they just keep at it. It hasn't been dominant possession-wise from either team, but the scoring has been largely South Australia's way so far in this first one. Timeout called on the play. So just rewatching the breakaway there, it's Hummel scored his second, and the second for New South Wales on that one. Yep, so at half-time, after the end of this quarter, we'll be restarting this stream just so we can get the complete viewership back up and running live. Just having a few issues on our side of things at the moment. But hopefully once we've done that, there won't be any more issues, and we'll be back up on Facebook and wherever you're watching from. In the rear there was the call on that ground ball. South Australia, just a little bit of extracurricular activity on that attempt. Ball across there, the bounce pass to the shin, it's a classic. Loose ball there, couldn't be taken clean, and Eben Locke is on the run for South Australia. Sticks the top corner casual as you like, and then just jogs back up to the box for a break. Extends the lead there for South Australia again, just after Hummel brought them back in by 1 goal. That's 9-2 now, and back in the face-off we have Nicholson and Adams, I believe, were in there. Again, for those of you watching along at home, just having a few issues, the lack of numbers on the front of the New South Wales jerseys making some of the more contested plays hard to spot. But I'm doing my utmost to keep it with you. Semler now bringing the ball upfield, Alford with it. Carter now sends it to Gaspari. Both teams at even strength as we get to 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first half. Little roll there from Freeman. The BTB couldn't go. It's knocked wide and taken by a New South Wales player. That pass deflected again, picked up now by Suzuki, the goalie. He sends it up for Greg Ben. That ball's taken and put it away, and Matt Taylor, easy as you like, the triple fake across the front of the goal. Sticks at the far side as he makes the goalie step down, though. So again, just some good defensive play there. Both teams getting some knockdowns, sticks in lanes. And that breakaway again, 3 breakaway goals for New South Wales as they've played good gritty defence and had a player streaking upfield ready for that long pass. And Taylor could capitalise on that one. 9-3 is the score. That one taken comfortably by Mullins in the centre. Hands off now to Burford. On to Alford now. Freeman with it. .409 on the game clock there. Just had some technical difficulties. But resetting now. South Australia with the ball in the near corner. Send it up top to Anson Carter. Over now to Freeman again. Twisk looking to set the screen. Carter from downtown. That one high and wide. Similar to the last shot he scored on. New South Wales just pressing up a little bit more on that one to add some extra pressure though. Alford liked the look of what Carter was doing. Thought he'd have a crack. His couldn't go either. And Taylor is on the run. Shot low and wide. Carter's going to take that one as it crosses the midline, and the breakaway. It's a 2-on-2. New South Wales, Filipponi there doing a good job to close that gap and deter the fast break play. Gaspari with it, has a player coming for him. And South Australia look to settle things down. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Ball across the top, Lock there, sends it over to Gaspari. Gets around the screen. Dodgers bottom side, feed inside, couldn't go to Freeman though, but he takes it after the rebound, and we'll see a shot clock violation there. New South Wales clearing again. Margulis there, up to the midline now. Too long on the clear there is the call, and the ball is going to be back with South Australia. New South Wales almost made it over. That pass was almost back as they were crossing the midline. They passed back across, and that was what got them the penalty there. So just a little bit of sloppy play costing them as Gaspari drives in, shot low, but stick save there by Suzuki. And Hummel is on the run, back up court now. Gets by one. Thought about a step down, hitches that one though. Hands off. Ball's with Bren. Bottom corner now, Wheatland with it. Ball couldn't get the handle on that one. Hummel back with it, sends it across the far side. Ball couldn't be taken cleanly there by Sparks. And South Australia back on the attack now. Clearing there, Eben Locke with the ball. Bounces it through to Gaspari. Both teams getting their subs sorted out. Gaspari with it, fading low. Fakes the pass inside, step down shot, must have hit a body, popped up right in the air. And another breakaway here, it's Hummel on the run. That one off the post and back into the South Australian end. Twisk with the ball, sends it to Freeman. Freeman shot and saves. Suzuki coming up the brick wall on that one. Go on the far end now. New South have numbers if they can attack quickly. That pass just mistimed on that one. Zigged when he should have zagged, and Gaspari comes up with the ball for South Australia. Unlucky on that one from New South Wales. Almost needed to just attack a little bit faster to use that advantage. They waited the extra second or two. South Australia arrived and it put the pressure on the pass, meaning that the Reds are back in possession now. Twisk with it, hands off to Carden. Closing in on 20 seconds to play here in the first period. Shot clock is about to expire though. With 1 second left, the shot goes, and shot clock violation is the call. We won't see shot clock in the next one. 10 seconds left. Got to be something fast here from the New South Wales side. Filipponi coming up with it. The Victorian sends it inside. Step down, the one-handed shot, the Mark Matthews style, but couldn't get it to go, and that will bring us to the end of the first half here. As I said, we're going to cut away now. We're going to come back with a new stream, and hopefully that will alleviate the technical difficulties we've been having thus far. Thank you, everyone watching at home so far. Scores are 9-3, and we'll be back with the second half. All right, welcome back to second half action here at Stadium 34 in Moe in the east of Victoria. We're back with a new attempt at a stream. Hopefully won't have any issues with this one, and it'll all be smooth sailing from here on out. We've got 4 games coming to you live today. This first matchup followed at 12:30 by a matchup between Victoria and Western Australia. We'll then see West Australia take on New South Wales before Victoria take on South Australia this evening. So that's New South Wales, West Australia at 5 p.m. local time. Victoria, South Australia is going to be 7 p.m. local time. Plenty of action from all the teams. 4 games both days of this tournament. And it'll be interesting to see. South Australia have brought the shortest roster. New South Wales with 17 players. South Australia with only 13. And Victoria and WA both with 18 players in their lineup. So it'll be interesting to see how the extra amount of play required from the South Australians will factor in as the tournament wears on, especially with that game against Victoria this evening after this morning's game. Adams and Heller out for the opening face-off of the second half. And just like that, we're underway. Ball between the legs of the umpire there. Taken now by Adams. Shot clock hasn't been started yet. Running down and away. Saved by the keeper. Reset shot clock was the call there. Far side umpire the call there. So the illegal slash there is the call. South Australia will have the ball on the near side. And ball's with Freeman here. Up top to Alford. Gaspari now with it. Up top again. Power play from South Australia. We've seen a few so far for the Reds. Across the top now. Ball knocks loose as it was aiming for Carter. Plenty of time on the shot clock and Freeman comes up with it. 10 seconds now. Carter sends it down. Gaspari with it in the bottom corner. Shot off the crossbar. So the issues we were having in our presentation were a claim by Sony Music. Some background music in the stadium had been heard on the broadcast, and that seems to have been enough to ruffle the feathers of our dear friends over there. Luckily, we've been able to restart the screening, and just wanted everyone at home to know that it's an issue that was out of our hands, and we were unable to sort that one out in another way. So the new stream being up should hopefully have everything sorted out, and we hopefully have remedied the situation. So bear with us, and hopefully the second half goes problem-free. Freeman with it there, gets a slash to the lid. Carter there, bullet to the bottom corner. The lefty shot goes. Saved there, though, by Suzuki. Going to have another 2 minute here. That's a high slash on that one. Hummel not happy with the call on that one. I was looking at Tom Freeman, though. It is hard to work out which one's his stick and which one's his helmet. So, you know, that's maybe just a bit of uncertainty there. Freeman now, ball on the near side, sends it down low to lock. Twisk with it. Carter now. Back to Freeman. Carter up top. We know Freeman and Carter both have the ability to finish from outside on this one. Pass from Locke there, meant for Gaspari. Gaspari never saw it coming. Twisk there, the little flourish and finish. Sticks it over the shoulder of Suzuki. Nice little pass there from Gaspari. Finds Twisk. The little wrist fake there. Gets over the goalie and makes it 10-3. So that was a two-man power play we just had for Australia. There's still one man up as the second slash is still serving time. And again, I talked about it earlier, but 2 minutes for a minor penalty and major fouls will be 10 minutes. So big impact in a game with only 5 players on the field at a time. Obviously, not including the goalies. But 2 or 10-minute penalties can be a big issue. Alford with it now as South Australia come up with the ball again. Freeman has it, sends it down low. Lock back up to Freeman. Alford with it. Gaspari now looks for the step down, pulls it back out to Freeman. They're freeing up space. Carter was top side, but Freeman with the bullet to the top corner there. And he has been scoring at will so far in today's game. I think New South Wales shifting over a little bit. South Australia did a good job there, flooding the ball to one side. Carter looked like he was stepping down into space for that shot you'll see on the screen. And Freeman just straight through as they were giving him too much room on that one for the shot. That's Tom Freeman's 5th goal so far. Makes it 11-3. South Australia leading New South Wales. Mullins and Nicholas in the centre there. Mullins couldn't get it clean. Richard Wheatland comes up with it. Wheatland being chased. He's got 3 Reds hounding him. Ball's knocked loose. Still on the deck there. Steve Green on the far corner there with the call. I think it was the illegal body off there. Nicholas couldn't keep a handle on that one. Ball's knocked loose in the near corner now. And South Australia come up with the ball. Mullins had it. Gaspari with it now. Number advantage to New South Wales, but Gaspari, the over-the-shoulder pass, not on target. And we'll settle into 5-on-5 now. Lock with it. Gaspari up top now. Gaspari fakes the handoff. Ball still with number 12 up top. Fades to the far side. Freeman with it, steps down, and a howitzer of a shot off the chest pad of Suzuki. Suzuki unable to clear smoothly on that one. Gaspari comes up with it again. Lock with a shot there off the shoulder of Suzuki. Looks like Suzuki got a good piece of it, but he was just a little bit low on that one and angled the ball back up into that top corner. Just the coverage of the goal, not quite enough on that. Nice finish there from Locke, picking up the scraps. It's going to be Blake Alford for South Australia and Jonas Heller again in the centre. As South Australia are leading 12-3. Ball's loose. Picked up there by Twisk. Adams with it now on the near side. He's got one man with him. Looks to get back up top side now. Fakes the handoff, sends it now to Twisk, the lefty down low. Back with Adams, step down righty, the bouncer high and wide. Hits a roof truss off the body of Suzuki, so it's going to be South Australian ball. Carter with it now, sends it down a little low. Gets under one man. High and wide on that shot, looking to finish over the shoulder of Suzuki. Carter comes up with it. Ball's knocked loose though again. High ball now. Picked up by Twisk. Filipponi there. Sends it up and subs off for New South Wales. Far side, Taylor has it. Ball inside there. The pass was good. The shot just wide as Margulis couldn't get it to go. Adams bringing the ball up court now for South Australia. He's got four whites chasing him. Decides to settle things down. Probably a good call, the old 4-on-1. Never advantageous. Gaspari now with it. Onto Alford now. Burford on the far side, handling under pressure. Ball's knocked wide. Not taken cleanly yet, but it's going to be New South Wales ball. And the Wombats are on the run. Taylor shot on target, but saved there. Big body on that one, and the ball will stay with New South Wales. Both teams just getting their personnel set. Going to have a penalty on the call there. Umpire's just stopping play to discuss. Steve Green behind play calling that one.
Yep.
So we're seeing the New South Wales power play at the moment. Sparksy, what do you think at the moment New South Wales need to do to get themselves in a bit more of a competitive position going forward?
I think we're just seeing a lot of little skill errors, just like that one, which love to capitalise on a power play. So little skill errors probably, and more transition play. We've seen the fast breaks, I guess, is I'm not sure if that's what you call it, but being able to score 3 goals that way, that's been their best avenue to goal at this date.
Absolutely. So I think, if they can tighten a few things up and really capitalise on some of their grittier defensive plays, no reason they can't get a few more points on the board, but at the moment it's looking very much like South Australia are just having their way with it. South Australia burning the clock on that one, just holding the ball out and then rolling it into that back corner. Wherever the ball ends is where they'll start with the next possession. So New South Wales with it again. Power playing, they're back in possession, sends the ball down low. Filipponi with it. Back to Filipponi. Step down shot there.
Wow,
couldn't get it to
almost
go.
Snuck in.
The save was there, just. And on the clear now, it's South Australia. James Mullins with the ball.
So Tim, seeing South Australia's Stars put up a score so far of 12-3, how do you see South Australia matching up against Victoria for one, and then the new Western Australian team?
I think it's going to be very interesting. As we're seeing at the moment, South Australia's skill set suiting them well in the indoor game. I think Victoria, we know, have plenty of players who have that indoor experience. Some players from the previous indoor Australian side, and dominating players in the current Victorian indoor comp. So we know that skill set is there for the Victorians. Bit of an unknown though is the West Australian side. It's been, I believe, 38 years since West Australia last played in a national indoor competition, and we know they can play field lacrosse very well out west. But we'll see how those skills transition into this play, and how that maybe lack of experience at a higher level that some of their players will have will translate into this as a team. So I think the next game this morning will be early this afternoon, I should say, will be very telling. As at the moment, South Australia are looking well tuned. And whether Victoria or WA have answers for it, we'll be yet to find out.
And that one coming up is Western Australia versus Victoria, correct?
Yeah, so Western Australia Victoria at 12:30 is the next time we have this with us.
And that's a trial by fire for Western Australia to come into the league for the first time in 38 years and take on Victoria, the powerhouse.
Absolutely, but by no means are the West Australian side underskilled. They've got plenty of players who have just come from a World Cup this year in Israel for the men's field side. A few players with under-19 national experience, and plenty of players who have experience at different levels that we know the lacrosse fundamentals are there, and it's just a case of translating that to the box for the Wests.
So obviously chemistry will be a very big factor for the West Australian team. Like you said, they've got some world experienced players, a full squad. It's whether they can get the 5 guys on the court at one time who can deliver that sort of chemistry and that sort of ball movement.
Absolutely, and that's going to be a big factor. There's plenty of players we'll see from all of the teams here where the players out on the court may not be the most dominant field players, for whatever reason that may be, but some of them are just more predisposed to the box game. They've got the smarts for it, they've got the stick skills for it, and if if WA can run with that, then we know they've got the rest of the game down. And it'll be interesting to see as well how they progress through the week, through the weekend. They've got 2 games today, 2 games tomorrow, and with an indoor World Cup coming up next year, it'll be interesting to see how the WA showing goes.
And so, where's that World Cup held?
So I believe it's in British Columbia next year, Langley, I believe, which is a lovely area. If anyone's looking to see some lacrosse, Langley is a terrific place. British Columbia out Vancouver way on the west coast of Canada. That's where Whistler is, and it's a pretty amazing part of the world. So if anyone's looking to see some box lacrosse, not a bad option. And that goal there was from Taylor from New South Wales. Sorry, Sparksy and I just reminiscing about travel plans.
How did Australia go in the last Box World Series, and do you think this current crop of players, we can push up the rankings there a little?
Historically, Australia hasn't done as well in the last few indoor World Cups as we do in the field game. A lot of European countries putting more of a focus on the indoor game than the field game, especially areas where ice hockey and roller hockey are prevalent. The rinks are ready made for them. I'll have to have a quick check to see our actual ranking, but I believe, unlike the field game, we're not in the top division. I believe we play in the second division.
So there's a couple of similar divisions, a blue division, etc.
I believe so. I'll just find those official rankings, but the top sides in box are Canada and the Iroquois. USA round out the third. They're not the top of the rung as they are in the field game. And then there's a few other countries that have big box presence that sort of sit in the lower 30s or 40s of the field rankings. So I'll try and find those rankings for you now, and we can have a bit of a look through. Big outside shot there, and no go, but the shot was on target, so reset of the shot clock there. New South Wales on the attack. Filipponi with the ball.
Nearing the 2-minute mark in the third quarter.
Short time left to go. Ball's with Bren. And ball's taken away by South Australia. Evan Locke with the ball. Gets it to Freeman. Freeman steps down. The lefty rip. No go.
The lefty laser there for Tim.
The lefty laser for Mr. Kennedy.
Wow. Wide open on the back door there.
Making it look easy there. I've just been told we ranked 8th in the last indoors. So the top sides, it was USA versus Israel for 3rd and 4th. Canada beat the Iroquois for 1st and 2nd. Ireland and the Czech Republic rounded out the top of the bracket there. So Australia 8th place. We were just behind England, Ireland, the Czech Republic. We were just ahead of Finland, Turkey, Germany, Serbia, and Switzerland. So it's a diverse group there. Looking in the indoor rankings, and again quite dissimilar to the field rankings we saw in Israel. Obviously, a number of the players out on the rink today from the states will be players who played in Israel. We've got a world-class cameraman at the moment, and with a minute to go, it's still looking like South Australia are all over it, leading 13-4.
New South Wales haven't stopped though.
Absolutely, and it's great to see. I think that's a big thing that every year we see New South Wales, Queensland lacrosse growing, and the more of these competitions they can stay in and stay competitive in will be better for the sport as it starts to grow. We'll start seeing shot clock violation there. The goal is waived, and just a second too late on that one, unfortunately. And South Australia coming back up the other way. They'll look to capitalise with a short time left. Just on 20 seconds to play. Maybe a second difference between shot clock and game clock for the quarter. Ball's on the far side with Burford. Locke with it now. Sends it to Freeman. Freeman looking to sweep across the top. Cut through the middle, Gaspari, ball's knocked down though. New South Wales come up with it. On the breakaway, do they have time? That was a Hail Mary. That's actually a play from a different sport. Bit of the Aaron Rodgers on that one. And that'll bring us to three-quarter time. We'll have a 2-minute break. We'll be back with the fourth quarter. Just showing a couple of replays there from the third quarter. About to be back out for the fourth. Just during three-quarter time there, having a chat. And Caleb Hall from the Victorian indoor side was actually a member of the President's team at the 2015 Indoor World Championship. So that's the non-blue division all-world side as selected by a panel, I believe, over the course of the tournament. So pretty massive honour there for Caleb Hall from Eltham. And he's another player vying for a spot in the upcoming indoor team for Australia. So we'll see him in action this weekend as well. New South Wales coming out of the gate blazing there, winning the first face-off of the fourth and looking to get into attack straight away. Sorry there, just forgot how to words. Taylor with it, looks for the drive down the side, gets by his man. A little bit of a tornado shot there, couldn't get it to go though. Ball high and wide, and South Australia will come up with it.
We've got a goalie change for South Australia with Sam Kilford, I believe.
Sam Kilford, number 13, checking in. We had Brett Williams in for the first three quarters. Did a stellar job. Kilford, the backup for South Australia, jumping in now. Again, talked about it earlier, but we'll see how the lower number of players works out for South Australia as they go through this game. It shouldn't be too much of a factor. This afternoon, we may see it come more into play as they take on the Victorians. But
absolutely, I think SA will start to sort of take it a little bit slower, making sure everyone gets a nice even run, saving some legs for this afternoon's big matchup.
Absolutely. Just saw a player there go down, grab their leg, back up quickly though, so it doesn't look like anything bad. May have just been a little bit of jarring there as they planted on the hard surface. Obviously a bit of a difference coming from the nice grass of field lacrosse, a little bit less slick out here, and sometimes stopping can be a little bit different. So just got to make sure players are looking out for themselves, don't want any injuries on day one or even day two of the Box Nationals. Ball there sent upfield. Taken now, and 10 seconds too long on the clear again. New South Wales just need to be more aware of that. They've been called for that a few times now.
And that's what we were talking about earlier with New South Wales. If they can just polish up those skills and then just little errors like that, I think they can be absolutely competitive, especially with Western Australia coming in you know, there'll be a fresh start for them. So big match-up with that one later on.
Absolutely, and it's, you know, just little skill errors, little mental errors that add up quickly against a well-composed side like South Australia. So we'll see how they go through the rest of the weekend.
So Tim, in Victoria, are there box tournaments held for juniors?
So I believe during the we've got a post-season season of box lacrosse, and there's, I believe, junior games and junior clinics held where they have some of the state and national players and coaches working with juniors, and they've also started up a women's competition where they've had a few rounds of women's box lacrosse, which has become a bigger and bigger sport in Canada. As South Australia make it 14-4 on that power play there, releasable penalty, and we're back to even strength. But yeah, so I think getting the juniors and getting the girls more involved in the box game has been a big project for the Victorian contingent of the sport at different levels. So I think there's, you know, juniors playing up in the senior comp, and then also clinics for the young'uns who don't quite have the numbers to have a full competition running during the off season. Big save there from Suzuki,
and a late hit.
Big late hit as well, and we'll see
some friendly love.
Bit of something happening there. A little bit of extracurricular activity going on.
See what the call is.
So
11 for
slash is the call there, and it's Nick Beardsley coming off. So we're going to see South Australia go into the power play again for 2 minutes. They've just come out of a power play, so getting a lot of extra possession here, and it's not something New South Wales can be affording to give up, especially when they take on WA. But you know, the extra possessions for their opponents are just proving to be too much extra work for them, putting Suzuki through his paces in goals as South Australia pick apart their man-down defence of New South Wales.
We're seeing that through pass to the bottom corner a lot in these power plays. Is that sort of a standard power play that you'd see?
I think similar to the field game, spacing is the name of the game on the power plays here. They're just looking to find a passing lane through which they can finish. So we've seen South Australia really work to move New South Wales defence either left or right, and they're either looking to then sweep across the top for the step-down shot, or if the lane opens up after that pass, they've been looking to hit that bottom corner like we see there. So very similar to a field man-up play. Opening a passing lane or a shooting lane is really what they're looking for.
And so it's essential to move that goalie pipe to pipe. Obviously a lot of padding there, smaller goal, that's where you need to find that opening.
Absolutely, and we've got short time left on the power play, too long to clear there, so South Australia will have the ball, but New South Wales are about to go to even strength. But yeah, absolutely, trying to move the defense, trying to move the goalie. If you can get that quick redirect or that quick pass down the line, it's hard for the goalie to make it pipe to pipe as fast as the ball can. And South Australia doing a great job of making a move so far. Step down from Carter, just wide of the target, but again, that was that other look we were talking about. Shift the defense to the right, get Carter to step down on the left, or the other way is that one there, where they come back out to Carter to try and cover him for the shot, leaving that passing lane behind. Drive across the front, another save on the play it seemed, but the rebound is taken by South Australia. And who else?
Freeman may have
Tom Freeman coming up with the goal there off the rebound. Interesting to see if we can see on the angle on the replay how it went, but it looked like a shot and a rebound. Freeman just gritty lacrosse playing for the scraps. Might have even been a little sneaky BTB on that one. I think he caught it out the front and then just dumped it over his shoulder quick as anything for his 7th goal of the day. He's sharing the wealth with the South Australians so far. Semler there, heading up the boards. He's knocked down. Still holding the ball, though. Great handles by Semler. He gets that one on and looks for the sub off. Twisk coming on for that one. Adams with it, sends it down the line. So we're seeing a little bit less of Carter and Gaspari now in the 4th. I think SA will be looking to rest some of their more dominant players, making sure they're fresh for later on. Pass there, deflected. Great defensive presence by Margulis, but shot clock is the call there. So New South Wales coming up with the ball. Again, just great defensive presence. Margulis, great footwork, put his player under pressure, and then that pass there off the back foot, he just knocked it down, buying a bit of time for the New South Welshman. Ball there, Hummel with it across the face of the goal and puts it away. Matt Hummel, I believe, his 4th for the game now. But making that one look pretty easy there. So a nice little bit of transition. Ball down the side, Taylor with it. Hummel picks out, looks for the pick, gets the roll, sweeps underside of the defence there and puts it over the shoulder of Kilford.
That was the perfect example of a pick and roll.
Absolutely, and that's the thing is, you know, the pick and roll, you can look at it side to side, you can look at it top and bottom. That one there, he picked his player high and then it rolled straight under. So combining a bit of a backdoor cut with that pick and roll play just gave him absolute, you know, a few hectares of space there as Eben Locke sneaks across there and puts it away.
And so you can see the benefits of juniors playing box lacrosse because it's teaching you to work off ball. It's teaching you to, you know, as soon as one person has the ball, the other 5 guys have got to do something out in the field for play, and it's also in box.
It was 5th goal for Eben Locke there. So he and Freeman are making it rain so far. But yeah, absolutely, as Sparky's saying, you know, there's nowhere to hide on the box court. You know, everyone has to be doing something. Everyone works off ball because if only one player is a bit laconic out there, the defense don't need to worry about them as much. They can show and slide, and there's so much less space for that defensive unit to cover that they will have you locked off very quickly. So good to see that. You know, hopefully we'll see more and more junior competition of this, and eventually a junior indoor championship would be something great to see in Australia and something great for the game itself as we could get more and more juniors upskilling and bringing those skills forward into senior and national teams.
Referee Steve Green has a call to make.
Steve Green, always a call to make. You know, he's generous. He's willing to share the love. Semler with the cross check there is the call. New South Wales with the ball. Just on 8 minutes, 35 seconds left here in the 4th. Ball's with Taylor. Hummel sends it down low. Hummel with it again. Taylor up top, steps down, thinks about the shot, decides against it. Filipponi back to Taylor. Shot, chest pad save by Kilford. And Twisk with the ball. Looking for a wrap check. The pick is there. Great handle on that one. Twisk still with the ball locked. Great job there clearing off. Almost like a blocking tackle in the NFL you'd see. And again, something you can do in the box game that isn't available to field players, despite the fact that many of them probably wish they could do a bit of shepherding off the ball. And for any of you at home who would like to add that to your game, consider box lacrosse. Sweep across the top there, sends it down low, Twisk with it, shot over the shoulder of the goalie, just beating the shot clock, but great handles, great field awareness, or court awareness there. See how little angle Twisk has as he turns. He's on his left hand, but look how quickly he closes that gap, steps in, and puts it away over the shoulder of the goalie. So just one step, the pivot, almost your Kobe Bryant style fadeaway on that one, with just very little angle to work in. Alford taking a centre for South Australia, who are a man down at the moment. Taken by Freeman up front to Carter. Again, New South Wales on the power play. South Australia in possession, though. New South Wales a little bit more tentative. On the first power play we saw of the day, New South Wales were all over South Australia like a cheap suit. And at the moment, we're not seeing as much of that. They're being a little bit more hesitant. They're not looking to double that ball. Richard Wheatland is sort of floating inside, covering an inside lane rather than putting the pressure on.
5 seconds on the shot clock here.
Short time to go. Yeah, I think SA were happy to just burn the clock on that one. They'll let NSW have the ball back and then jump back into their man-down defense. They've been pretty confident with that so far. Quick shot inside. Couldn't get it to go, though. Not enough angle on that one. Kilford just couldn't make it happen. Carter. He's got players coming for him, and again, no rush there from Anson Carter. Knows his team is in control. And without that double coming, you know, it's hard. One-on-one, there's not a lot of defenders in Australia who are going to take the ball clean off Anson Carter. And with that, South Australia go back to even strength as Semler comes back on. Gaspari with it, low angle, and sneaks it.
Wow, finds a lane.
Inside corner again. New South Wales just a little bit on the back foot there. I think the first quarter we would have seen a New South Welshman come out and lay the hammer against Gaspari. And on that one, he gets underneath them and just watch the defenders just backing away a little bit. He's still got the ball backing, and he just gets that angle. You come out and hit him, and even if you don't stop him or take the ball off him, it puts him under that pressure. It means he has to either take a low angle, harder shot, or make that ball move a bit more. So I think New South Wales just being a little bit tentative now, and they can keep at it. I think it'll be better for them through the weekend if they keep playing 100% and not let their strong opponents get in their heads. It was a hold there, I believe, was a call using the Alfred. They're using his elbow to hold the stick in of Nicholas. Hummel with it now. Sends the ball across to Filipponi. High pass, though. Filipponi couldn't get it, but Hummel will play it back to himself. And on there, Taylor with it. Sends it inside. Hummel with the ball. Shot just wide of the target. Coming up with it is Nicholas. Taylor has it again. Taylor, the step-down shot. Kilford, a bit of a stick and a kick on that one. Taylor with it again. Shot clock reset. Backside there. Filipponi couldn't get it to go in the back of the net. It went into the back of the net, but just from the wrong way. Loose ball on the far side. Eben Locke comes up with it. Handles through traffic. Adams now on the near side with the ball. On to Carter, back to Adams. Over now to Freeman on the far side. Sends it down low.
Just on 5 minutes remaining now.
Twisk with it. Short time left in the fourth. See if there's much of an adjustment to the South Australian game. Do they look to get some of their plays run? Do they look to just stand back and blast? Or, how do they adapt with a strong lead? Not a lot of game time left. Do they keep going at it 100%, or do they start being a little bit more gamesmanshipy with it? We'll see how they go. New South Wales just needing to keep in the game at the moment. Build a little bit of momentum for themselves, sorry about that, and hopefully bring that into the WA game later today. Ball loose, picked up by New South Wales. Behind the play there is a big body. Nicholas taking it to Anson Carter. And, the classic, you see a lot in soccer, you see the guy run into someone else and then just give it a shrug of, I don't know what happened. I wasn't even really there. But
Anson Carter's got a big smile on his face.
Umpire's having none of that, and Carter more than happy to have the power play, I think. Alfred now with the ball. New shot clock on for the power play. South Australia with the extra player for 2 minutes now. Freeman across the top to Gaspari. Back to Freeman. Carter with the bullet of a pass through to the bottom corner. Back up to Freeman. His shot looked like it went into the hip of his defender there. It was Jack Stokes. Freeman, another step down, using the screen there. And that's another great move that... Oh, the finish there from Gaspari. Sorry, never mind my train of thought. That was a great move there. Gaspari getting across the front of the goal, getting that inside higher angle shot and then putting it backside as the goalie steps. It's a textbook finish there. Watch the loose ball's picked up by Gaspari, gets across the middle of the goal, and as Suzuki is leaping to his left, Gaspari puts it backside. No way you can get back as a goalie on that little of an angle. So nice finish, but great move there from Gaspari. Adams kicks it on back to Mullins. Mullins to Twisk. Twisk across the front.
Happy to hold it out.
South Australia gonna bit of cat and mouse play here. Going to make New South Wales come to them. I think they're not in a need to rush anything at the moment, and more than happy to make the spacing happen for them and just keep the ball out. Because if New South Wales want the ball, they're going to have to come and get it. Short time there and a shot clock resetting shot. It was on target. So it's an on-target shot will reset the shot clock. If it's just a bit of a lollipop, it doesn't go anywhere. That will not, but it's at the umpire's discretion to some extent whether they think it's a proper shot. Shot wide there, saved by Suzuki. Ball's with Taylor now. got Adams with him. Adams, the wrap check, couldn't get it to go. Taylor with the ball up top. Pass over the shoulder there. Through traffic, the pass from Bren couldn't find its man, but good look inside. Loose ball there. Knocked loose from Semler. Ball's headed up the far end, and Matt Hummel will get there first. He takes it cleanly. Shot clock reset. Again, New South Wales only 10 seconds to clear. This time they're just running it over. But that's been something that's caused them a few problems throughout this game thus far. Hummel now with it. Sends it back over to Bren. Timeout is charged to New South Wales. And with 2 minutes and 10 seconds, unless the bench officials are just running the clock a little bit extra, 2 minutes and 5 seconds, there we go, left to play. It has been all South Australia, 19-5 so far. Suzuki has been a big story so far for the Wombat. He has been put through the ringer today, come up with some brilliant saves, but again, just not seeing enough from his defensive unit to give him the looks he needs to come up with the big saves that are being asked of him.
Absolutely. It's quite hard to keep out the basically all-star lineup from South Australia down in the offense.
Absolutely, and that's one of those ones where you look at some big names in the Australian sport, and it's hard to miss a few of the South Australians in that lineup you'd be picking. So, you know, seeing that firepower up front and just the options they have, there's no one or two guys you can lock off on this South Australian team. They'll find the third, fourth, even fifth player out there, and still have options to work with. So that depth is something that's very hard to compete with. But again, something that hopefully in the next couple of years we'll keep seeing New South Wales sides build. And, as they get more and more of that depth, more and more players vying for maybe international positions, we'll see their game grow. Shot just wide of the target there. We've got a stick loose on the field. Semler go on the stick-free shove on that one. So I think it was the illegal body, but the call has been looks like a slash call was what's happened there. Here you go, yep. So Semler with a slash lost his stick and then remained in play, but at the end of that one, similar to the field game, you've got that advantage. After the call, you've still got possession, you get to play it out, and then the call is made after that. New South Wales on the power play. Under 2 minutes left in the game, so they'll have the whole rest of the game if they need it. Ball's with Taylor now. Step down shot, no good. Got to stick to it from South Australia. Ball up top now with Taylor again. Thought about the pass, decided against it. Shovel shot to Hummel. His shot taken in the lid of a South Australian. Ball definitely made contact with the helmet of Cam Adams. I think Adams pointing out it to himself, pointing out to the New South Walesman himself that it did clock him in the lid, but the umpire missing that one, calling it out off New South Wales on the shot. So South Australia, man down, less than the penalty in time to play as we get within 1 minute of the end of the game. South Australia probably just hold it out, I would imagine. New South Wales sending the double though. Sometimes when that double comes, you will still look to score because it's one of the best ways to alleviate that pressure. Ball inside, Gaspari takes it under pressure. Shot clock is called. Hummel breakaway there, sends it back up top, taken, but saved from Kilford. Ball's back with Hummel now though. Inside to Taylor. Taylor couldn't get it to go. And Kilford again with the ball after the save on that one. Gaspari with it now, holding out. Less than 20 to go. SA have to get it over the midway within the 10 if they want to keep the ball. There we go, 10 seconds. So New South Wales will have one last possession. All SA had to do on that one was get the ball over the midline. Too many men on the court is now the call, I believe. .8 seconds left to play. We've got calls going in each and every direction, or left and right as we call them here. But I was too long to clear on South Australia, but there was also too many men on the court from New South Wales, that being the bigger of the penalties, I believe. South Australia back with the ball now on that, what would be a simultaneous in the field game. So with less than 5 seconds to play, we're going to see New South Wales with another penalty, and Adams from South Australia with the ball. Adams rolls it to the far corner. Twisk will go out just to bat it away, make sure it's not picked up and shot. And on that loose ball will end the game. Final score, South Australia 19, New South Wales 5. There's big performances from Tom Freeman and Eben Locke. I believe Freeman with 7 goals and Locke with 5. Yeah, also Ryan Gaspari 4 goals, Nathan Twisk 2, Anton Carter with a single. But we saw a pretty dynamic offense from that South Australian unit. Their defense weren't tested to such an extent, but we'll see how they go this afternoon against the Victorians. And again, at 12:30, we'll be back with coverage of the West Australians opening their first campaign in a long time against the Victorians, who will be looking to redeem themselves from last year's grand final. So be back with us for that one, and hopefully we won't have any copyright issues anywhere, and the streaming will all go as planned. So we'll see you back then now. Thank you for watching, and until next time.